Yes, welcome to Keep the Ball on the Ground! What a guest.
Favourite son.
Wow.
What favourite son.
Like handsome Charles.
Doesn't he seem up for today?
No, he seems a bit flat, innit?
Disappointed that he came in and
He thought he'd be on a high. Are you jubilant after the game, eh?
Huh?
Continental football at United next year.
One guy was
I bet he came in and went like that. I bet you the manager came in like that, this pattern. Get your passports looked out, boys, eh? It's hard for him to say anything when it's your gaffer on it.
But Charlie, we'll get after an absolute fly here. Andy, we've always had a wee hang with sort of chucked us, haven't we?
Aye, we don't like
with Dundee, we're not overly sure about Dundee. You've got a cracking video.
Would you say chucked us for Dundee?
Yeah, we think so, didn't we? We think so. We've got a cracking video for Dundee.
I'll get to it in a minute. I nearly took my last breath and chucked the landing Saturday. I thought I was gone.
How, what happened?
Nicky Clark scored, celebrating, jumped on top of him. And last time I'll ever date, pile on with the players, that's bad enough, you get a wee bit. Next minute the fans come on.
What, on tap?
On tap.
I seen the stewards at the game.
Kishi came on, didn't he?
Oh, not one of them was under 18 stone. I swear, man. So I tried to get a breath.
It's got to see my man.
Fuck's sake. Eventually, man, the panic, unbelievable. Go up, my fucking head was gone. I've just elbowed at the I was like, fucking up. Tag people up. I thought I was gone, mate. I'd seen God at the Golden Gates. He's like,
and also because Kieran Freeman got an assist, that is another reason to fucking take your last breath.
Ah, great.
I thought that ball, as soon as that ball, only one place that's going to stand, mate.
Oh, he's played
but these sheeps put it right across, isn't he?
Ah, great ball.
Charlie's need to reveal the video. We can't hold off in the video of yesterday. It's got to be revealed.
Before we start, thanks very much to DFS for providing a couch for him to wear today. That is a cream couch, mate, with arms cut.
That's unbelievable. Look at the back, but it's going to be different.
No, I think you look much better today.
Yeah.
I think it was much better. No, definitely.
Where's it for?
Reece.
Is it Reece?
I think they're getting a bit gutted that I'm wearing their stuff. I think Reece are getting annoyed.
Is it Reece?
Is it?
Honestly, like
You know to wear it?
I thought you were getting fat. Why is that an XL?
No, do you know what happened? He was lying on the floor and his dad thought it was a couch and he sat on it and farted on it. I can smell it. Your dad's been dry riding the couch again, isn't it? You can tell.
Fucking DFS,
You just sat there like that, your dad.
He likes what happened.
By the way, big man got slaughtered at the weekend.
Aye.
Oh, what?
Did you, big dog?
He was spotted.
Took the kids to the Celtic game, didn't I?
Did you get a bit hard time?
And my tickets were right beside the Motherwell fans. And somebody's fucking spotted me, ain't they?
That's that, right?
They've started singing Kevin Kyle, you fat bastard. And who ate all the pies, all that carry on. Kevin Kyle, you're a wanker. Wee man's tapped me on the shoulder and went, Dad, they're singing about you. Listen, son.
That's the worst, isn't it?
Fucking mother. So obviously Motherwell, hey, bit of banter and all that, but worst fans in the world. Right, there you go.
I'm now a Motherwell fan.
Imagine it was him that was sitting there. He started it.
Get amusement off. Are you getting that video or what?
What video is it?
It's amazing, mate.
Is it?
Unbelievable.
Aye.
Tell me the story. This is genius.
Dundee, mate, right? So we're driving down by Tannadice. Stopped in to get a pair of boots for running in the summer and that. Driving down Tannadice, guy walking up the street. I was like, what's happening? I should have, no way. Fucking parrot, he's out walking a parrot. So I'm like, Tony, double back, got the video.
John Parrott on his shoulder.
Peter Empton on another. Paul, and that's not the best bit about it. The best bit about it was, and I've got the video here, we pull in, start talking to him, everything Tony was saying I was just repeating. So right, pull in. An old woman's new got it on her arm. He's holding her dog. She says in the video, and the Dundee accent, I'll not try and attempt it, I'll swap my dog for your parrot. And they're negotiating, swapping animals. And we're just watching this unfold. And then the parrot turns and goes like, hello.
Get that video.
That's unreal.
You want to get it out?
I
Get it out.
We should put that up, shouldn't we?
Who was the woman? Chief Scout for Dundee United? I get a ducket.
Actually, it does look like you, Slimmy.
Jingles to mom. Aye, just here.
What size that?
Oh, he's a wee.
This is hello.
Is that?
Listen, I'll try to swap her dog for it.
Pan para algo.
Let's go see hello, look.
Who's he? By the way, we're lucky though, we've got the guy who's the king of the accent, so a wee Dundee accent. But set up the scenario so you're trying to buy a parrot.
No,
and
I'm
a
not
Dundee
doing
accent.
accent.
Come on, kid.
Accents are
Last one of the season, you need to
Can't
get.
do Dundee.
Aye.
So
I've
pretend
done
Charlie's selling his parrot outside Tannadice and you're a punter that's walked up.
But he's
You heard his accent?
starving, aren't he?
Who's starving?
Dundee guy's starving.
starving.
You're starving.
Fucking starving the day.
Right, come on. So Charlie's selling a parrot. You've got your dog. So pretend you're holding your dog.
Hey, I'm not buying parrot.
You're trying to swap your parrot for the dog.
I can't do Dundee.
It's just silent.
Just
No,
me.
because he's had his Dundee accent.
Oh.
He's ashamed to be from Dundee.
Right, come on, gives a wee
No, I
Dundee.
can't
Yeah.
do
So you
I've
start
got
it
a good
off.
Dundee.
You start the convo
I've
off.
got a good Dundee accent I can copy here.
A wee voice note.
This is a wee guy, yeah.
What is it you always
Videos on
say?
your phone.
What, Tho or something? You say Tho?
Throw all the time.
Tho, aye. So get a Tho in
You should just keep
Tho.
playing videos.
Just keep
Don't talk,
right
just
on
keep
the
playing
word though.
videos.
Hey, let me get this up, man.
While we're waiting, Derek Ferguson's performance last Thursday, mate, is the greatest debut
Oh my
performance
word.
Oh, was it?
all
That is
time.
the best
What
of
did
all
he
time.
drink quite a lot, or
Mate,
was he
steaming
just...
again after
He
2
didn't
beatings.
How funny is it?
Some of the stories, him and Durante, him on a quad in, where was it?
Oh, was it
Why is he not told in the
Magaluf, is
podcast?
it?
You couldn't tell.
No,
us.
you couldn't tell them.
They were sensational.
He's great,
weren't
but
they?
he's even with the... He loves German football, not, didn't he?
Who can translate this? This is a security boy outside Tannadice.
Big Ryan in the back pocket. And get them, but he try one will keep the top over here.
What is that? There you go, Kev.
But the parrot.
That was Irish.
Aye.
That was Dundee.
Right, go do that again. So you've got your parrot. Right, go. So how are you selling this time?
What do you say on that? Parrot for a favour?
A favour?
A favour? A favour?
For a favour. What's the favour you're after?
I'm after a pay. They say pay in
And they
Dundee.
say
don't
ning and no, didn't they?
Ning.
Right, so what's your response? You selling this for a fiver or no?
Aye, sure, mate.
Oh, deal. I can't do a Dundee.
Ah,
Dundee's.
And
It's a pure
rubbish.
end to the
Dundee's.
season.
So, Sighton, you were obviously back at your home club.
Loved it,
Swindon,
mate.
how was it?
Loved it.
Was it?
People down there are the best, mate. Salt Earth.
You're 40 well,
remember
didn't you?
I remember us, mate. I was asked to go down and do the boxes before the game. So
What
took the
years
two
were you
boys
there,
in. 4 years.
Aye.
4 amazing years, mate.
Was Cads with you, Si?
No, he's doing a course just now, coaching course.
Is it?
So he had his part lunch with his jam pieces in it for his coach. But Bruni's doing their one.
Still
man,
vegan,
so
then,
he's still vegan, mate. But no, hopefully I'll end up at Swindon again one day, mate, because I do hear a lot.
He's only just got to bring back. He wants Swindon already.
Try to get it. Try to get it.
Oh, the
no, I
boys
do
at
all that.
Broomhill, they fucking sold them a dream and he's want to go to Swindon.
I'll take them with me. If they do the,
that's
I'm
it.
loyal. If they do the business.
Aye,
I'll take
sure
them
you
down.
will. Sure you.
Were you at Merson City? Celtic?
No, not at all.
Your dad was seen selling Smellsy's bag for £1.
Everybody's buzzing, weren't they?
That's why everyone was so
people.
steaming, wasn't it? They were all smelling your dad. You know his dad walks about with a rucksack. Let's go.
No.
Farts in it before he goes out. Zips it up and then he sells smells for £1.
The wee man, though, he'd been bloated for a week, so showed you that video, didn't I?
Andy, ready for the final, mate?
Aye. Can't wait.
How's the prep? Yo-yo test every day again?
Yo-yo test. Chasing big jigs arse doing a bit of training ground for 5 days, so we'll be fit anyway.
You fancy yourself? I fancy it.
Aye, I do. Obviously the weekend's not a good burn it, but it's different, innit? It's not the same.
Yeah.
You've all played in the games where it doesn't mean much, and the weekend was disappointing. But it's got to have no burn in the final. I think it'll be a good game. It's going to be good. 2 good teams.
I've not put it on the sheet. It's not on the sheet, sorry. I've not put it. Somebody else has not put it on. But some of the Rangers young boys, Lowry, mate, looks. I've said it
Brilliant.
before.
He's been, mate,
Looks
see, to be
a
fair,
player,
He's
mate.
one
Didn't
against us, is that the left winger? With the
Aye. He's been brilliant
Ryan
any
Flake,
time.
aye.
He's been brilliant any time he's played for Rangers this year. Liam King, I've said that a few times as well. Liam King for me, man. Right foot centre half, played left back.
You said that for
Very
a long
well.
time.
Aye.
Yeah.
What is
I
he
think
position,
when-
Andy? Is it
Centre half.
half?
Dog, yeah.
Sometimes played centre mid.
Same as Keith Lashley,
Sometimes played
innit?
centre.
Keith Lashley, what's it, Mirren? Position available. Okay.
But aye, good player as well. They've got some good young boys.
Oh, yeah.
Scottish clubs need to start integrating the young boys more, don't they? Because there's a lot of talented
100%,
boys. I think yours especially. How many academy players have you played this year?
I know, loads.
Mikason looks good, mate. Talking about young
Brilliant.
players. Is
Very
he?
good.
Charlie,
Aye, very good. Just knows the game, knows where to stand in spaces, takes it in a half turn. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Talking about knowing where to stand, I seen the goal you conceded at the weekend there. You were still in a good position, weren't you?
Where's that?
The goal you conceded, you want to get the video up there?
That wasn't him. That was
Was
other
that
Charlie.
not him?
No, Charlie Adams.
You're joking me.
That's
Oh, so you think he
horrendous.
looks like Charlie Adam?
The video was that
Talk me
small.
through
See if that was you. You said Charlie, I thought it was him.
To be
So why
fair,
is
Andy, I thought it was
Why is
Charlie
he
as
centre
well.
half
Just
then?
get yourself
Was he
wrong,
playing
innit?
centre half?
It's a bad
No, he was
Yeah,
really
do you know
playing
what? That's the
centre
second time that's happened. A doc wrote a prescription out for me the other day for and he wrote Charlie Adam on this prescription. That's something to
You're better looking than him, to be fair.
What was Adams?
Charlie Adams, aye.
That's why you're getting the teeth done, innit?
So we'll get the video up
That's why you're getting the teeth done, innit?
So wait a minute, he was digging out Charlie Adam in the
In the video.
Wow. I thought it was him for a bit of banter.
Like, I
there,
wouldn't
no?
mind bringing Charlie into.
Charlie be good, huh?
I'd be great about the place.
To get a straightened with him after what you've been saying
Aye,
this year.
sort of that. But see, I do the new Scottish clubs that must get more into their youth because the finances are, we can't go out and just buy players, so bring them through. Do you know what I mean?
But you don't want to do it too early because obviously we've seen what happened to you. You got
Yeah.
pretty much too young.
Pick the right time, innit?
That's so important.
Hibs, they had 5 day beatings as well, Saturday Hibs.
Who did Hibs, did they, right?
Aye, 5 kids.
Brilliant.
Don't ask me who they were, but there was 5 of them.
But it's alright doing it.
Aye, last game of the
NBC,
season, but
Get them in.
every now and then you're on there for Jane.
Yeah.
By the
Your
way,
man McLeod as well up front, like him,
Aye. He's not really trained much with us, but
right?
he's always playing with the 18s or seems to always be away with Scotland. Or he just appeals on match days. But no, he does look a good player the times he's trained. And aye, we've played loads this year, loads of young boys. There's some good players, but as you said, they need time, don't they?
Aye, that's so important. But
Correct,
here,
yeah,
it's not a shit. Are we doing a team of the season today?
But I think we might be there next week.
Oh, we've got.
I think it's the last one.
No, well, last League one.
I'd
So
love
Rangers going to the Europa League Final. How will they be feeling the night before a game? Any use done anything in that sort of scale? You maybe no.
Do you not think?
No, that size, no.
No, you played in group stage
Do
of
you
the
think there's
Champions
much
League.
pressure though? Do you think they're under
I think
that
the
much
pressure's
pressure?
off.
No, I don't. I think
Do
they are.
you think the pressure's off?
Aye,
No.
I wouldn't say the pressure's off.
I don't say the pressure's off, but I genuinely think they've overcome every single hurdle that's threw at them, and now they've got
nothing to lose,
that.
have
They've
they,
got
really?
nothing to lose.
I don't like that comment.
I'd say they're under more.
You've got a Europa Cup final. You've got a great chance of winning.
I know, I don't disagree with
Aye,
that,
no,
but I would say they're under more pressure in the Scottish Cup final than they're the Europa League. It's an unbelievable achievement to get there. I know, obviously, the difference between losing one and winning one is
Yeah, but
ridiculous, but
I know what you're trying to say. I
This
know,
is
I know exactly what you're
massive
trying to say as an argument, but they're never expected to be there.
But they are
Are
there.
they?
And,
Aye,
and
but they're there because of their merits and how well they've performed.
And they're playing against a team who isn't as good as teams have beat previously.
But what you can't take away is the fact that they know if they don't win it, it's not going to be a disaster.
Aye.
Is it, but
But they
Is
know
that
that
any way
deep
to look
down.
at it? So?
But you
But
can't,
they're
you
not
can't
looking at
change
it as individuals.
It's
They're looking at it as they want to win it. Rangers want to win it, but we as neutrals looking outside thinking,
right, I'll try to use an example, right? Your Swindon team playoff, you've got a playoff, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, you think you've got a playoff final that weekend, but then you've got an FA Cup final on the Saturday. You're under more pressure to win your playoff final, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that's like Rangers domestically, they've over-exceeded all expectations to get to the Europa League final. They're still under pressure, but I think they'll be relaxed going up to it. I really do.
But
I don't think
I
there's-
had nothing to lose, so I don't agree.
I don't
agree with that.
I think they've got
Because you've
everything.
had all that year, and
it's
it could,
not to say
it could mean nothing if you get beaten in the final.
Well, how can it know? Celtic, Seville teams, heroes, Rangers,
I know, but-
Manchester teams, heroes.
No, I
for
get
getting
that,
there.
but I'm just saying if you get to a final
And I think
and
they're
you
playing
lose
Frankfurt.
it,
Aye,
playing
it's-
against
it's-
Eintracht Frankfurt.
Who they've got every chance of beating.
Beating, exactly.
And plus, this is massive.
You know
for
Frankfurt
Rangers.
haven't lost a game in Europa League this
No,
year?
listen, they're a good side. Of course, they're a good side. They wouldn't be there, but Rangers are well capable of beating them. And I think to win it, nobody's ever won this in Scotland, this trophy. And the outcome of it, they go into the Champions League, which is massive financially into the pot one, which then is going to take them to a whole new level
Pot one's
again.
mental.
Do you know what I mean?
pot one?
Pot
They
one.
won pot one.
Paul Slade.
Do you know what I mean? though? So I think this is, there's massive pressure. I don't think they'll be almost fighting in the Champions League, right? But
You've read all the Champions League rules before.
He knows every state. He's a big Champions League guy. isn't he?
I think they'll be so relaxed going into it. I really
Yeah.
do. I don't think they're under. I personally don't feel as if they're under massive pressure. I think they'll be relaxed going into it. I think the big question is how do they approach the game? Do they
Got to
approach
go
the game
for
the
it,
way
Cam,
they
you
have
know?
at home or away? Do they play 3 at the back? They play 3 at the back quite a few times in Europe. I think they will go for it. I think they should go for it. I think when they've played their best in
my
Europe,
concern with
when
going
they've got
for it
Africans.
is the climate. It's a hell of a
He's
lot.
taking climate. I
I
love it.
it's roasted in it.
It's
I love it.
absolutely, it'll be roasting. I've played in Seville myself, played
I've
against
been
Seville many
Scotland,
years
right?
ago in a pre-season friendly, and I was blown at my hoop after 10. So, no, I genuinely think that, like, if they start fast and don't get that early goal, do they tail off near the end, but it'll be the same for Frankfurt because they're not playing in a much better climate than we are anyway. So
I think, see if you set off, when do you then go for it? When do you say, like, now we're going to go for it?
Rangers over the course of the Europa League this season, when they've went for it from the off, they've got the goal early and then they've either got a second goal and they've managed to get through the tie, so there's no reason why they need to change anything. I think they go for it and hope that they get something.
Frankfurt, the managers came out and said they've
This guy's a Frank's face.
He
is your German expert.
Yeah, isn't he? It's like Graham Hunter, a German Graham Hunter.
That's Derek.
Put the glasses out and he started talking about German football.
We Guillaume Balaguer. What is it, Guillaume? Come on, Guillaume.
No, listen. See, with their manager have said we really struggle at home because teams come and sit in and we can't break them down. You look at the Europa League, they run over it in. West Ham, they annihilated West Ham away from home, hitting the counter. Do you know what I mean? So I think they'll actually struggle if Rangers sort of, I don't mean sit in where it's just try to stop being scoring, but Rangers are good on the counter as well with Kent and stuff. If I was Rangers, I would almost let them have the ball at times and look to hit the counter. I think they'll struggle to break
What times would that be?
I know that's the only issue because
Certain areas.
Lose your time. Oh, that's not really
You missed your time. That was your time there. You've just fucking missed it.
it's a great.
Right, when's the next time
It's
then?
a great question. It's a great question you asked, Si, because I've not got an answer for it. And that is difficult.
But so similar, if you struggle at home, you're the same, innit?
I really
Don't lock yourself in that room.
I really struggle.
So you are Frankfurt.
Under the bed, and you're saying hot when you go away from home. That's certainly that your room that night with roasting that.
Rangers' two worst performances though have been Leipzig away and Braga away.
When they sat
two
in.
games where they just sat in.
Yeah. Fuck
Never
sitting
really had
in.
an out ball because they've no got a Morelos. I think it's different when you've got a Morelos up front because when you're sitting in and they counter attack options you've got, he makes bad balls good balls. He wins fouls. You make that forehand hit. They've not got a striker. Kamal Roof might not even be fit. So I think personally, I think they've got to do what they've been good at this year and get after teams.
How have they been when you've played them this year?
They've been alright. But not been as good as Celtic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Celtic much better, but they were actually good at Ibrox. We played them just there and they made a few changes. Been alright, I mean, we played well against them at Tannadice, but Ibrox we didn't turn up. That was partly down to them. It's hard to say whether we didn't turn up or whether we just couldn't get the ball. They were just passed us, they were good.
What are they good at, Charlie?
They're good at. Celtic Rangers team just demand it. They just want to have the ball. They get you in the half, they pen you back. But I feel like Celtic's structure and with the ball and their move and their where they set up and where their spread is of the team was much better than Rangers. Rangers are kind of, to me, it looks like they don't really. That's not a big thing they work on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Andy maybe knows better than that, but it seems to be like they've got good players and they get through it by doing that. Whereas Celtic are set up in a shape when they
And
get
this
the
is
ball.
how we play.
Their 2-8s are high, looking to run between the full-backs, and that leaves the sitting midfielder with space. Whereas Rangers I don't really see that. Maybe I just can't see it, but I don't really see it with Rangers.
Because I said the same to your brother Friday night. We were at a game and we were talking about Rangers. I didn't. Do Rangers play it for the back? I didn't look at Rangers and go, "That's how they play." Do you know what I mean? It's not like they've got a set way of we play
they
it
mix
for
it
the
up
back.
a bit.
Mix it
Sometimes
up.
they'll play out. Sometimes goals will take the ball and hit that long diagonal reverse to Kent. Sometimes they get the midfielders. All different. They don't. It's no obvious.
But I think they're very good off the ball.
I think me personally, I think the big difference between Rangers and Celtic is I think Rangers are very much can hurt you out wide. I think they play both full-backs high. They might leave Ryan Kent out one-on-one at times, but I think everything comes to cross balls, doesn't it? Get in behind cross balls, cutbacks. I think Celtic can sort of play through the middle, can go out wide. They've got the rotations where they come in with inverted full-backs all the time. So a bit different, but one thing I'll say, when you play both teams sustain pressure really well, I think they get bodies in an area where when they attack, if the ball's cleared, 9 times out of 10 they're
It
picked up
falls to
second
them.
balls.
They're good at that, and especially with Lundstrom in the middle of the pitch. He's very quick to get the second.
Hates that one, didn't he? Hates that.
Right, Boris. So what will Boris Becker?
Petty calls us.
So this is just before. This is the last podcast before he goes to the jail. So what will Frankfurt bring, in your opinion?
I think when I look at the two teams,
Any key players?
I give you put the glasses on.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, see,
Now we're talking.
aye, but see, honestly, when me and Matt and Dad were talking about it last night in a game of snooker, and we were sitting saying
Does
that.
he wear his rucksack when he plays snooker?
Aye, takes that afternoon again. But listen, when we were talking about Frankfurt, I think when they talk about styles make fights, I think this actually suits Rangers. I think the two styles of teams, it actually suits Rangers.
Have you seen a lot of Frankfurt?
Aye, a hell of a lot. And I think that they struggle with ideas when a team sort of are hard to break down and whatever. So
what, have they not got that kind of creative playmaker in the middle of the pitch?
Not at all.
Or is it very much working?
They're great on. I mean, they're fantastic on the counter attack. They really are.
Due to what? Having pace up top.
Speeds.
Kostic at now.
He's a great player, and that has almost been the full thing through the years of German football. And Charlie, we were big on that about the counter attack. Do you know what I mean? They've always been great at that, and they've got that model. But Leipzig were great in the counter attack as well, and Rangers stopped that. I think it suits Rangers.
When we're speaking here, and it seems to be a thing always in football. We say, "Oh, they should go for it or sit in," as if there's only two things you can do. You can, you know what I mean? You can go for it. You can press high. And you can be in a shape and you've not got the ball. There's different ways to play the game, do you know what I mean?
It's identifying.
They're going to go for it, they're going to sit in. There's not two options to play the game.
And Charlie, Rangers, that is what Van Bronckhorst has been brilliant in Europa League. He has been, he's seen that and seen, I'll maybe drop Lundstrom back to a free. We can sit and get a wee bit of pressure, then they can make a few subs and then push it. He's been great at noticing when to do it or not.
I think it's identifying when to do it. Because like you say, Charlie, there's no one or two options. I look at the Leipzig game away from home and Rangers obviously sat in, but see that on the odd occasion they did attack with Kent on the ball coming in, they caused Leipzig problems. So I feel in that game, had they maybe went a wee bit more attacking,
Where was that, away?
Leipzig away. I think they potentially could have got something more than what they got. Eventually didn't. It was irrelevant because they won the home tie, but I think it's just that first 5 minutes, you've got to try and suss out the other team and how they are set up and look to see, is there an opportunity? Because I think if you get the ball to Kent early and get him up and down that wing, I think there's always an opportunity that he's going to create something.
So when you say going for it, what do you mean?
Press high at the pitch.
Press high.
Kind of let them come in at your half and sit off and try and hit on the counter.
You can't just say press high up the pitch though, can you? You've got to have a way of doing
but Rangers have got a way of doing it because they do it at home, that's what I'm saying.
They've done amazing at home,
will they play the way they play at home in Europe or will they play the way they do away from home and kind of...
But do you think a lot of the way they play at home is with the atmosphere, it creates that buzz.
The atmosphere creates it.
The atmosphere, do you think that, does that give you that?
Well, it does give you an extra bit, but
you still obviously need to be set up.
You need to be set up properly.
I've got a sneaky feeling Rangers play through the back.
Hey, but Lundstrom drop back.
I really do.
And
no inside knowledge, no reason for it. I just have a feeling they'll do it. I think they've actually done it.
Going to sit in a shape.
I think they've done it every round at a certain period of the game. They might not have started with it, but they've changed in it.
So Lundstrom goals.
Where does Kent play within that system when they go to the back?
I think he might play up front.
More central.
Because I think Leipzig, when they went to it, it was Scott Wright and Aribo up front. I don't know, I've just got a feeling they go through at the back.
Yeah.
I think they might be a wee bit more solid in the structure, but like you said, with times when they can go.
What, and then maybe put an experienced head with Davis in the middle of the pitch?
No,
Davis or Kamara maybe.
Yeah.
One of them. But you tend to think it might be more Kamara, just if you look at the team that they played last week, with obviously Davis playing and leaving Kamara.
And you can quite change that, Andy, during the game. So if you have got Lundstrom back, you can push him up one, which is great. You know what I mean? This has been, listen, I tell you, the energy's great in there. It's real football knowledge, isn't it?
Great tactics.
You've been unbelievable.
I've been
we should just speak about fucking see if we made this a German football podcast, you'd be the number one pundit in the country. You were at Celtic when Seville. I don't think I was full time at the time.
Mate, you were. We got all paid for us, all the staff and everything. 17 at the time, buzzing, packed my bag night before, 4 in the morning on me to Celtic Park, fucking buzzing. Bag sitting, went to find my passport, couldn't find it.
Which you never went?
Never went. Only one that never went, sat in the house watching the game.
Your missus has had that in it?
No, I wasn't aware at the time.
Why not?
17-year-old.
That's horrible.
Just sitting there like my bag packed. Boys were just on the bus.
Celtic strip, what'd you wear? What'd you watch?
Just on boys
strap on.
Oh mate, that's a sickener.
Absolute sickener. Boys were like pictured like they were on all day and all that, straight for nightclubs right to Celtic Park and right there. All expenses paid, a ticket and everything. I never ever came across that passport. Ever.
Nah,
see if you come across that 2 weeks later.
Someone's had
Tom Boyd's involved with that.
Boyd's had that in it. He was seen jumping about Seville with your passport in his mouth. Right, well, Rangers won it.
I'm saying no, and you know my reasons why.
Because I'm saying yes.
I think they win it. I think they've got the bit between their teeth. There's another cliche. What is that?
What does that mean?
Their teeth?
What does that mean? They've got.
No, I just think they've overcome so many good teams. I know Frankfurt's done the same in beating the likes of Barcelona, knocking them out and they lost a game. But I just think that the occasion, I think these Rangers guys seem to be able to deal with it, and I think they'll do it.
Paul,
I think Rangers win easily.
Do you?
Nah, I think they'll win. I do. I think it's comfortable.
Charlie.
No, I don't think they will.
No?
No.
Based on?
I don't know much about Frankfurt. I just think I'm just going to take a stab in the dark with the one.
Don't mind that, stab in the dark.
You did that, didn't you? Stab, what was it you used to like,
Explain
stab
that
in the dark?
cliche. Explain that
That's us,
cliche.
What Jake say?
I think Rangers won, mate.
Aye.
Uh-huh. I think Rangers have won. I think Van Bronckhorst's been brilliant in Europe this year. I think he'll get it right.
He is, he's done well
I think
in
he's been
Europe,
very
to be
good
fair.
tactically.
Yes.
Scottish Cup final as well, Andy. How's the prep?
Good, mate.
Shape every
Good.
day?
There'll be a lot of shape this week, I'd imagine. I think we've played Rangers 4 times. 2 games have been really close, obviously drew with them at Ibrox. I thought we were the better team at Tynecastle, the one we lost, and then 2 have not been good enough to get a bit of down. So probably watched plenty footage of what went well in the good games, what didn't go well in the bad games, and I'd imagine we'll look at how we're going to set up with possession. Because I think in possession we don't really change. I don't think we've changed much, to be honest. Don't want to go too much into tactics like you're saying, but
Keep the cards close.
I'm confident. We're obviously the underdogs. It's going to be hard when we're playing a good team, but I think we've showed this season we're a good team. So.
When will he name his team?
He usually does it the day of the game or the day before. I've got a feeling because it's a cup final, he might do it a bit earlier. Don't know, but I don't know about you as a player, but I think you should do it earlier.
Do you?
Aye, I think so.
Think so?
I prefer it now the day before, but I've done it where Lenny was an hour and a half before the game.
I know, you're nervous.
I'll have a name.
But you had a rough idea.
I think the game's different now. Like you're talking about like boys being professional. See if they're knowing the team, they're still going to prepare. Right. It's not the same like 15 years ago where I can't play them on.
Whereas before the Buddha would go for a night out before us, you know.
The Buddha's back.
You tell that story.
Never telling that story.
Do you know that he told the story? He told that story when you were there.
I made a comment at me. I never even mentioned the Buddha, and then I just, because I'd fucked the story up, I just said that they both got naked and started wrestling.
But the best bit was he told us 5 minutes before that, and that was the ending of that one. I know.
You never struggled with that story, mate. Just say somebody was wrestling naked.
And they see, obviously you've lost a cup final. Because of that, do you go back to and think when you knew you were in another cup final, would you say you would have the preparation different?
He's played well in that. Was it the final against Celtic? He's played really well.
Didn't start well. Celtic went 2-0 in the first like 20 minutes or something like that, didn't he? And then we changed, so our game plan changed after they went 2-0 and then
that's why Robin Nielsen's a Hearts manager and the Broomhill manager.
Got a lot more joy after that, and obviously we're 2 penalties away for winning it, but I always think sometimes you take a bit more for the ones you lose. I always think you remember, see big games you lose, they stick out in your head more than ones you win.
So what did you think you
sometimes
could have
winning
done
big
better,
games is
obviously, at the
relief,
start?
innit?
What do you think you could have done better, obviously, just the start?
Aye. Well, it's a completely different team, it's a different game, so game plans will change, but sometimes you can easily regret when you lose games. I never done this right, we should have done this different, but I think going into the game, one thing's for definite, we'll know exactly what's expected of us. Whether we go and press, regardless of what it is, we'll know exactly what's expected, so there's no excuses what the game plan's going to be.
Do you think some managers can actually over-prepare for a cup final? So when you were at Celtic, did you feel that at times? No.
Nah, it was just another week.
Another game.
You started to get excited a day or 2 before it, but it wasn't. I don't remember anything much changing.
I think the only
I think
difference
we trained at Parkhead once before we beat Motherwell 3-0 in a Scottish Cup final. And that was the only thing you
Did you
changed.
score that game?
Aye.
The free kick, wasn't it?
Smashing free kicks. Because we were training Celtic Park, we shot onto the pitch really early, about half an hour before training, just started smashing free kicks.
Lenny and goals.
Hey.
Some savings
Try to
going
save
off,
every
innit?
minute. Here, can you check that couch for some spare change? Spare change in there.
It's a ball.
Wait, there's a Sky remote. There's a Sky remote in his pocket.
There's a Johnny in there.
And they play
I think the only thing that is sometimes different with these games is you just want to get them, you just want kick-off to be here.
Aye.
See when it's more media stuff and more like...
You didn't press the date, didn't you?
Aye. You just want the game here. You know what I mean? It's that way.
Who were you in with the night before?
On our own.
Oh, he's getting
Aye.
GMS or hitting the room when he's in.
Oh, I don't know.
Sleeps with the light on,
actually,
doesn't he? 100% sleeps with the light on.
Aye, he puts his door on the latch, doesn't he, just in case.
Is that a new thing, rooming on your own?
I always had
Since
to be always.
COVID, I think.
Is that aye?
There's only one thing you're doing when you're in a room. I've always said this, so it's a
100%.
dangerous game. There's only one thing you're doing when you're in a room on your own, isn't it?
What a feeling you get that door shut in
Your
it.
legs are fucked in a game, man. Come out like that on the pitch.
What a feeling when that door shuts in it and you know you're yourself.
Do you get a room yourself as well?
Aye. We did it at Celtic as well. Lenny was big on that.
On your own?
Aye. Apart from the young boys, he used to put them in.
I think it's a disaster rooming with people sometimes.
Yeah, with the snoring and that.
If you get the worst.
Imagine being in with the big man.
I told you.
No, I was good. I was always fucking in bed for 10 o'clock.
See, that's shite though. I take that.
I know,
See,
mate.
can I
Can't put the telly on or turn that telly down.
Fucking bed. The nights were getting turned off. You'd no option.
That's what I mean.
You're
That's
fucking
why
in
it
your
can be
bed at
alright.
10.
You ever share with Snodge?
Aye, mate.
Sleeps with the bathroom light on.
Sleeps in the bathroom light on.
Sleeps with the bathroom light on. I was like, that needs to go off. He's like, no, keep it on your own. I turned it off, I think he was joking. No, I need that on.
Why?
Back on. Just must be used to it. So you got the bathroom light on the whole night. Oh, that's rubbish.
And you could literally just be ready to fall asleep. Next thing you know, you hear the phone going, he's got it on loudspeaker and they just be packing something.
Oh, mate, that's the worst.
Every story, honestly, just chatting right to me too. I didn't have a word to say, fall asleep. Up in the morning, honestly, he's ready to go straight away. First words that come out of his mouth, he's like, I don't know, maybe you last night, a bit of banter right away. Here we go again, just stop.
Tell him what you caught in the bathroom in your sharing.
Is that a true story?
On his knees with the Zoo magazine, just on.
No, but where was the t-shirt?
T-shirt was one of the one out of his sheet like that. Lost the bathroom door out of him.
Kids, you ever
Celebrating.
Knee slide.
Oh, brilliant, man. Do you ever do it on the couch?
What is that flag?
That's cool. You see the pillows to match it.
Did you get a leather polish with that?
Oh, really glad. That's nice, isn't it, isn't it?
Aye, lovely. I like it.
Thanks.
It's nice. Do you play cup final, Kev? Or you
No, just a semi-final. Old Trafford. That was a bit.
Fuck Old Trafford.
that was a bit as big as it got. But
You're passing with scratchy that day though.
Yeah, very scratchy Old Trafford.
Andy, are you nervous, Andy?
No.
No.
Not to be nervous
got to
about
be
it.
placing that Scottish Cup final against Rangers.
I think you might get a couple of hours before you might get a wee bit of pre-game nerves, but
So you see going into this, like, similar, would you say you've got nothing to lose going into this?
aye, well, they're the underdogs. I think we've.
No, you're the underdogs.
Our big game, no doubt about it, was the semi. Because we guaranteed Europe, obviously finance for the club. Don't get me wrong, we're still going out to win the cup, so you're still disappointed, like you says, but there's no as much expectation on us, but 100% we still want to win.
That's the thing about when we're saying there about having nothing to lose. Doesn't mean you don't want to win any less. You still want to win.
Aye.
You just know that you're no expected as much as Rangers are, but you're.
But in the same breath, there's no point getting to a final if you don't win.
No.
He doesn't like this one.
Didn't like it.
No, I don't like it. I'm not getting the vibe for it.
Then I get this, you've got nothing to lose. Why are you playing
losing
against
the
a
cup
team that
final?
you've
I'm
done well
I
against
never
this
said
year?
they've got nothing to lose. You said how would they be nervous? I don't think they'd be nervous. I think they'd be right.
No, but the whole nothing to lose thing, I
That's a
didn't-
I don't think
fan. That's a
nothing to
fan
lose.
stroke. Us as pundits
That's a
having an
cliche,
opinion,
nothing to
but
lose.
players are going out there to win.
I think you're telling them straight away that I think they're better than you. You've got nothing to lose. Do you know what I mean?
See, it's mad how different people take
Yeah,
different
yeah.
things.
Aye. It's
crazy.
Because
It's not
on the
your
other
players,
hand,
innit?
on the other hand, you could do the Pedro presentation.
Yeah.
With the 300 and you're like,
Nah.
switch
Yeah.
off. You know what I mean?
That's unbelievable.
Ah, but that's comical, that, innit? Doing
So
stuff
would you
like
build up, so how would you deal with it? Just say you were Rangers manager, right? Would you build up to be biggest game ever, we must win, fucking all out?
If I was a Rangers manager
Aye.
and we're the favourites, definitely.
Would you?
Yeah.
What if you're
Play for Rangers, we should be beating Hearts.
But
I'm talking about
if
the
your heart's-
Frankfurt game.
Definitely. We're Rangers, they're Frankfurt, we're more than capable of beating these.
So about Hearts playing Rangers.
Same.
So you're just building it up to them.
Yeah. It's a final, mate, innit? A one-off game, 100%.
I think you have to. You've got to make your
Of course
own
you
team
do, mate. Believe that they can win.
Believe that they can win.
I can't believe he's not giving us a wee bit more insight with Broomhill.
We speak to
Mate, I've spoke about Bruno for the last 2 weeks. I'm fucking
non-stop.
sick.
I'm not-
No, he's like Matt Haley, isn't he? How's Broomhill got to play? Read it in my book.
Right, so mate,
That feeling was on my licence, mate. Oh, I've got a quick
Mate,
story
let's
about him.
get a link to this then. How can we put this in so that we
I've
can...
got a quick story about him. This boy, Mark Haley. His name was, what was his name?
Mark Haley.
Oh, spitting image of Mark Haley, but right.
So this is you doing your A licence just now?
What?
Is this a bit of story about the A licence?
That's a story about the A
Right,
licence.
go for
Aye, so what was that all about? You know my licence?
No, because we need to kind of get a link into how you're getting into the story.
a bit of attention we used to.
So he was a talk about Ramadan, something. No, somebody offered my sweetie. You know, they offer these sweeties during the licenses sometimes. They've all got these. So he's like, no, I'm doing Ramadan. So I was like, how's that work? It's like, I can't eat all day. Long hair down there, right? Mark Cayley spinning me, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And every drill he wanted to go up front, and I just kept seeing Mark Cayley. I was getting me through the days, right? So he's like, how's that was? Like, no food during the day, can't eat, only when it's sunlight can I eat. I was like, fucking hell, only with that. And no sex. And I'm like, he's like, I find it hard with that one. I was like, alright, laughing. The next drill, right, I'm no joking, it was like a phase of play, so we're all going towards that goal, right? And I'm centre half doing the drill. Oh man, I was gone. He was in goals at this point. And I've seen for a distance a bird coming, it's at the Wood of Uni. You get the leggings, not gym leggings, not on, right? I look at him, right? He's in goals, we're coming towards him. He's just staring at the bird. Getting by like that. And I'm like to the boy next to me. Oh fuck him, he's on Ramadan, he's not sex. Look at him. I think I'm halfway through the story, trying to tell this boy quickly next to me, he was sound as fuck, this boy loved the banter and that. I thought, by the time I've told it, he'll have turned round and the joke's gone. I told him, he looked, mate, he was gone. 2 hours were centre half of this drill, tears running down her face, just watching him. We're coming towards him, mate. He goes, lads, a wee glance like that. And back to the bird, just watches this bird for fucking about 2 minutes, walking into a moor. Oh, mate, that is gone.
Oh, sensational.
Superb, Charlie boy.
Talking to Eli since our new manager's in at Fleetwood Town, Scott Brown.
Aye, Charlie.
Did you always see it in him, Charlie, to go and be a manager?
Coming near the end, aye, definitely. He's he liked all the stuff, obviously through Rodgers, and I think that was probably one of his biggest influence in Strachan and that. So, fair play to him. I think good club as well, good place to start. Aye.
Did you say he's getting his hair like Rodgers at the start with the blonde thing in the earring? Can you tell that story now?
What?
When you got added in the group chat?
No, I got put in the actual itinerary group chat when I went back to training there.
So you'd left Celtic
So I'd
while
left,
you were
I was
getting a club?
negotiating a contract, and then I was coming in to obviously train to keep myself fit to negotiate the contract or whatever I was doing. So obviously the arrangements and all that are going to this one group chat with staff and everything in it. So I've got added in the group chat. I've not been in training yet, bearing in mind it's my first day. Added in for the arrangements. Added in straight away. Don't know if you ever saw the picture of Brendan Rodgers when he's got an earring like that. He's got the big quiff, Charles Michael quiff and that on him.
You never put it in.
I put that as the icon, as the picture. Straight away in the morning.
What,
first
was
thing.
all the staff?
All the staff, everything. It was deleted, gone within 2 minutes. Kendall messaged me saying, "You're a prick."
And did you ever bring it up?
with you, mate? I was straight into him, he's like, he went like, I went, how do you know?
Oh, did Rodgers see it now?
No, I don't think he's seen it.
Oh,
Well, he fucking knows now.
See what you're saying about...
I thought it was a compliment, he's looking well.
Wait, see what you're saying about... Did you see Brendan? When did you two feel... I know you're still playing and stuff, but you love coaching. When did you two feel in your career you felt like that? You wanted to be a coach, or you liked that? Was
I
it
think I was
early
about-
on, or...?
No, it wasn't actually.
it
I
not?
never even gave it a second thought until I was about 29, about 28, 29. Maybe, aye, started to think
late,
about it,
innit?
aye. Aye.
You the same?
No, mate, I didn't want to be a manager.
I know.
And then, obviously, Cracks left Peterhead, and Jim was like, why don't you do the coaching? I was doing the kids at Celtic. And I was I'll get a bash, and I fucking loved it, mate. Just got a buzz off it straight away, got a good response for the players and what we were doing, what we were trying to do, so...
But where do you feel, see, like, if you're not being a coach, but you're so big on a way of playing,
Yeah.
where do you think that comes from?
I don't know,
Do you know
mate.
what I
it's
mean?
just-
Is it critiquing?
I think that's
Is it
just
critiquing teams each week on here, and obviously going and watching the games that he did, playing all things, and then you're obviously a coach, so he's having to analyse how Peterhead didn't perform that way on the Saturday. So you then start to see, right, how can we? Is that because that's the one thing I want to be a coach, and obviously the kids, it's fucking completely different the age group I'm working with, but. That's what I would struggle with, the shapes, the different formations. How do you change it to adapt?
Aye, and I think you need to believe it to teach it.
Aye.
Aye.
That's a great point.
I think you need to believe it to teach it because
Even if you sit back, Charlie's like Simone's more a defensive manager, but
he believes
he
it.
believes in
Yeah,
that.
but it's like what Klopp says about Tottenham. He says, I can't coach that, so I can't play
so
it. That's what I'm getting at.
That was brilliant. That
Brilliant, mate.
Like, it's so good. It just wasn't a dig. It was just no. His way is his way, but
Yeah.
I can't do it. If you win a game by doing what you're doing or doing it any old way, you just go, all right, we've won, we'll move on. But how do you improve if you don't know how you've? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how you set out to win a game? If you win it, if you just go out and set a team up and you win it, and you'll move on to the next game, your team are never getting any better because you don't know how you've won it. Did you hear what Pep Guardiola said? I'm sure he said to Tony Mowbray, right? I'm sure, it was Tony
you
Mowbray.
said this on here,
Have I said it on here?
I think so, but say
No, I can't remember it.
He said they were at like a big thing with all the managers and all that, and somebody asked him, well, what if you took over Accrington Stanley tomorrow? And he says, I play the same way. He says, footballers can control the ball and pass it.
Somebody asked that in the.
See, that's why
somebody asked that in my beer.
That's why like when he gets like, we had an argument one night, not an argument, a talk in social about the pub about stuff like that, and like you said, they're nipping the bud. Like, me and Slaney coach at the kids level, and all I try and do the kids is to learn how to dribble it well, learn how to control
What
it.
age group is the kids?
7 and 8 years old. Learn how to pass it.
Aye.
Right. So last Wednesday night, the training was a bag of shit. And I'll be honest, and I told them that.
Yeah, I should the kids
I said
bag of shit.
I said to them, I says it wasn't good enough tonight, boys. Didn't do well. Saturday, in some parts of the games they played in was all right, but see, had they did the training better during the week and passed it better on Saturday, the games would have been better. Mm-hmm. So see, like you say, in any age, right up to adults, if they all know how to do the basics right, it's about how quick you think to be able to do them better. That's why the Man Cities, they play the same way all the time. And you know that, well, why can you not set up a team to stop that? It's because they then move it quicker and other people think quicker and they move in positions quicker. Mm-hmm. If you only got the people that think like that, you're always just going to be that stagnated team. You're looking for that one piece of player or a couple of players in your team just to think a wee bit quicker and better than the other guys, and that's how you get out of positions.
See, Guardiola did say that back in Stanley, but then at the same time he buys a goalkeeper for 40 million.
No, but that's because he can, mate.
No, but he had Joe Hart there. He didn't think he could do that. Play it. So he's saying that I can stand players will still do it, but Joe Hart was there.
But Joe Hart can't do what Ederson can do, mate.
But I was saying, but I can Stanley players.
So what he's thinking is Ederson can play, but he can also boom that one if people are pressing him over the top.
But that's the thing. Like he might say, "I'd go and do that." Doesn't mean he's got to be successful at Accrington Stanley. But the best thing, I think that's the best thing about football. There's no right, there's no wrong. Everyone thought with Pep's Barcelona 4-3-3 playing out for the back was the way to go. Then Klopp came again, Prescott after teams. Then that was the way to go. Conte's 3-4-3 at Chelsea.
You remember
right or wrong, is there?
No.
And the last night, Mixu part a line and brought in Eremenko and Kamarnik and got them playing like fucking Man City, popping the ball around because they had him in the middle, wanted the ball all the time and made people move. So you can do it.
See when I said that there about Guardiola saying that about Accrington, automatically people assume that he's done it. He's went to Accrington. People just assume, Accrington would be successful then. No, he's not done it.
It might not work.
So it might not work.
Yeah.
But that's what
how he does it, yeah.
But it's maybe easy to say that when you've done Barcelona B, Barcelona,
Bayern Munich,
Man City.
I
I'm not saying it.
But is it though easier because you're playing for a massive club, losing like you say with Rangers is a catastrophe. So is it more a risk to go and play like that? Because it's riskier. There's more chance you might lose games at first because the players didn't know it.
But it is like you're saying
for a long-term game.
40 million for somebody that can do it.
Yeah.
But you're saying five days a week coach. If you're training your players 5 days a week, you've got that time and effort. You put the time.
It's like Ange did. Do you think Tony Ralston would be able to do what he's doing there?
Exactly. If you put time and effort into players and coach them, if they can't do what you want, you coach them to do that. If you don't want to do it, you do it, son.
I think players, if they have the clear guidelines of a plan, right?
Yep.
Like you're talking about Anthony Ralston there, they take confidence on the back of that. So see what breeds confidence.
I said that about Michael Beale, didn't I?
What breeds confidence when you know you're doing something right. So what's right? Right is what my manager wants of me.
Yeah.
So if I know within the realms of what he's asking and I'm doing it right, I'm going to grow up. And you go, he was shite under that manager, but look at him now.
Yeah.
Because
I bet you Anthony, before this, he's never had a clear message of what a manager wants from him.
The easiest thing as a football player is if you know exactly what's expected of you.
See, that's the thing about football. No, it seems to be a lot of people go like that. You're playing or you're launching it, but the space has got to be somewhere. So you need to
the player needs to see that where the space is. Exactly.
How is a ball doing? If they're high and there's no pressure on the ball and you put it down the side for a strike, it's the best ball.
See, that's because you're getting there one pass instead of six.
That's the thing with Man City, mate. It's the biggest misconception ever. How many times did De Bruyne in a game play that ball over the centre half? Loads. Loads. It's not as if like, and they are total football. But if there's still a space in behind to play something and goal, they still play it.
De Bruyne, every time he gets that ball on the right hand side and he whips it in behind the back four, it's amazing.
This is fucking going on.
That was a bit in there. Just that last one.
This is proper football chat though.
Was there anybody that inspired you to be love coaching? Just the last one on coaching. When you took it and thought, you know what, I really like
No, you took wee bits for everybody. Gordon Strachan, I liked a lot of the stuff he done, but you took wee bit. Ronnie Dyle had some good stuff, bits and pieces. But I don't think you can take unless you properly see it and you believe it. I don't think you can go like, I'm going to use his stuff. I'm going to use his stuff. I'm going to use it because you're trying to teach somebody else's stuff. Unless you actually believe that that's can happen and you see it and you fucking feel it. Because if it doesn't work, you then can say to your centre half, I don't care because I know that that's going to get us more success or the closer however amount of games. For example, so you'll say get back and get it. You're not saying play for the back and then when he fucks it, you go, go! Because that's just creating an uncertainty.
Yeah.
Because Bruni said in his interview that he's took bits from everybody and he's copied all the drills and he likes a lot of drills, but I want to use their drills but add my spin on the drills, just tweak them a bit. I think that's magic. It's one thing I regret no doing is jotting down drills with all the managers you played with.
Yeah.
Because there was some drills you had in training.
But if there's ones that you like, mate, they'll stick in there.
Aye.
I think I know you said you wanted to move on, but this is the last thing I would say. That I wouldn't have a set formation until I went into a football club. I would have my style of play, but my formation would depend on the players that I've got. Because, like he says, only Pep Guardiola and a few select managers got an open checkbook to go and sign him.
But he's done that this year, changed sort of to 3.
So what if your 3 best players are 3 centre halves?
That's what Callum Davis said at St Johnson last year, wasn't it? But the thing is, that's why I took this, mate, is that I'm getting to pick the bottom half.
How important do you think formation is?
No, really, no. Style of play is more important than that.
Because you said the formation changes throughout the game, didn't it?
When do you ever pause a game and it's in a formation?
I'm not going to mention the coach, right? But we had a shape, right? And the coach used to say, I wish I had a pen to show you, right? But the coach used to say, right, so say you had...
This is Murty, wasn't it?
No. So say you're saying 4-3-3, right?
Say I'm standing on my head.
Say you're saying 4-3-3, right? He would say to us, what position is he? She'd say, right winger. He's like, no. He's a 10, he's a 9, he's an 11, he's a 7. And in that shape, he can be any positions. He's not a right winger. He could be a 9 at some parts of the game, he could be a 10, he could be a 11, he could be a 7. What position is he? You say a 6. He could be a 6, an 8, a 10. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the point about a formation. A formation, you might say you're a 4-3-3, right? You might take 1,000 still frame pictures in a game and only 3 or 4 times you're actually in a 4-3-3. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it doesn't really mean anything.
Right, let's go. Beaton and Roger Kirby, Charlie, 2 ex-teammates. How good have they been for Celtic?
Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Great set.
But what do you like better of the two?
Big Velcro head, Roger. Good lad.
Is he a good lad?
Oh, great guy.
He's quiet,
great guy.
Charlie.
He's quiet, but he's OCD. You know that?
Is he?
OCD proper.
Give us an example.
His locker, he comes in the morning and he folds his stuff perfect. Like, sits his phone, watch, everything just in a line.
Love that.
Everything coordinated.
Would you ever mess up?
Gordon Ramsay would love him, wouldn't he?
Every day. Mess it up every day. Nah, 2 great servants, man. Brilliant.
What's Beaton like?
Nice guy, really nice guy.
Yeah.
Aye.
Good player, Beaton, eh?
Aye.
You surprised he went? Roger, you surprised? I
Must
was.
have something sorted about it.
Aye, definitely.
What, abroad?
Aye.
I'm not surprised, you know. Again, I think he's been a brilliant football player, but I think to go to that next level, I think the way Ange wants to play.
Think so?
I don't think it's Ange's decision, though.
Aye, that's what I thought.
I think if Ange wanted to keep him, he stays now.
Well, it's like he says, I think he's got something lined up. He's been linked with the Middle East for the last,
Maybe he wants to go back.
year or so.
His missus Australian inches as well, maybe.
Is that right?
I don't know if that's
He's been here for...
Do you want to message him, ask him now? Was it Ange?
Ask him why he's been. Rogic has been unbelievable for Celtic, though. Some of the moments he's provided.
A lot of big game moments as well.
Yeah.
Very emotional when he came off all day, mate. Really sad. Really sad. But me and you didn't get that, Celtic, did we?
Because you got a good send-off now.
No.
I was, because I was negotiating a contract, so I was like, it came to the summer, and it was as if I was staying, and then never agreed the contract, and we...
So you never even got the...
No, because it
That's
was like...
horrible, mate, innit? I hate that.
It was a strange one, because I was thinking I was maybe staying, or... And it never happened, so...
You look tired, mate. Go and hear me lie down on that cliff.
Go on.
You never got one, right? I know, it's rubbish when players have done so well for clubs and they didn't get a send-off.
I didn't deserve one. My thing was more I didn't get to say see you later to like the kitchen staff and the obviously Jimmy, God rest his soul, Disco, like Stevie, people like that. That's what bothered me more. It wasn't so much being on the pitch to get a send off.
I watched him watching Bruno. He must be sitting there thinking, what I've done for the club and then like guys like Peter Turner who deserve it, but Bruni must be something like that.
Bruni? But you got to send that for his testimonial, didn't you?
But he didn't get that.
Did you know?
He didn't get that.
Where they put
Mate, when he went back with...
I know, but
Who did he go back with?
I
Aberdeen?
don't think he gives a fuck.
no, I don't think he'd get
Kind of got it with that as well, didn't know? When he went back to Aberdeen, they had Reece
Oh
in the
no,
pitch,
because
no?
there was no fans. That was
That's right,
In his last year.
It's just, I don't like it. It's hard.
Where would you think you deserve to send off Motherwell?
Mother 100%.
I see the
Should have been out in the
pitch up there.
Windies. I get it done.
What's happened, Paul? Up on the update?
It's on his living room floor now, isn't it, the pitch?
If you've got it there, it's like tackles every day, the family. But
You had to investigate more money.
I remember put my money into the club again for the pitch. They help them out again.
You pulling money in?
Is that the instalments, wasn't it?
Yeah, instalments into the club. So I
He's taking the dugout in and putting seats in, putting couches in.
Oh, boys.
Big
last
corner
week,
couch in the dugout.
Do you know when I was seeing? I was like, we were walking up the other day, and I was like, I can't see. I was looking in the mirror the day. My mum was right side of me, my dad was the left side of me.
Front three? You've put a front three on the new grass in the living room. Wait, but she's
69. Man, that's it.
Oh, brilliant.
No, so they were sitting either side of me, and I was sitting in this.
You're the false nine, just.
You dropping in?
Just kept trapping out of the kitchen. Can you find us? No, so we were either side of me, and I was saying to them, I can't see how they can have a pop today. I can't see it. There was nothing in me that looked.
First time I've won them, I was picking him up. He's like, "What are you wearing?"
I just couldn't. I couldn't sense, lads. I really couldn't feel it and on me the day that I felt they could have a wee pop at me for wearing that today.
I'm more happy that he changed the fucking jeans. Because I was getting one.
The pish state jeans.
Brian Adams jeans.
They were on for 6 weeks solid, easy.
They got some run out.
How long before
they got sent off?
There's a fag burner that your dad says actual couch.
Did the jeans get a send off? You're standing the base of the way up.
Oh, it's my last year. That's my last year.
You're taking over, mate. Right, we're on to Big Charlie because we've only got one Dundee United 4th in the league, man.
I think I had them doing for relegation, beginning of the season.
Somebody had them as a dark horse.
There you go, Charlie.
I had them down for it.
What was it you've seen in that? So if you explain your point first,
I had the
why did you tip them as a dark horse?
Well, I thought they underachieved being bottom six last year with the team that they had. And then, what I always say, what the best teams do when they're most successful is recruitment. And I thought they recruited well in the summer. So I thought they could only get better than what they were last year. Brought in good players, good blend of young boys. I think the boy Dylan Levitt for me is,
talented
very
kid,
good.
isn't he?
Aye, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So I thought they improved and I thought the league position would show that, Simon.
Right, so how you done it, Charlie? How you finished 4th this year? Full run-down.
Didn't start great, but we did, sorry, in terms of the first game of the season, and then we had a bit of a conversation, a team meeting after Aberdeen, and then we beat Rangers after that, and then we kind of just kept going forward, picking up results. It's hard to fucking. It's hard to say exactly why, because there's been a lot of things happening. A lot, obviously, young lads playing, and we've played different formations. We played the 4-3-3. We played long bob. A couple of times we passed it. We played different ways. We played the back three. So it's hard to put your finger on it. We just ground out results at good times. See, we won games at good times. We get beat a few times. At times we played Jews, use hammered us at fucking, and yeah, you laugh. And then when we needed a result, we just seem to get it. Like Mulgrew, beat them 1-0. Got a draw against Celtic the other night, and we won. We beat Ross County the other night. But there's been times in the season where that's happened, where we've went on a wee bit of a bad run and thought, this is massive, and we've managed to get
that result.
But it's hard to say how we've done it. We've
good characters, I would say, in the squad.
There's good players.
Yeah.
There's a good squad there. The manager's been good. The coaching staff's been good. Aye.
Do you think you'll need to challenge, or do you think you'll need to sort of recruit well again, because you're expecting maybe, I mean, we see this every year, we're expecting it, but Aberdeen to have a kick again, Hibs to have a kick.
I think you're right, good point, but we need to concentrate on us, and we do. I think every team needs to recruit well, don't they? But we lose a few, we lose Big Benji, so we need a keeper.
Mm-hmm. Boy Levitt, if he maybe doesn't.
Levitt, hopefully we can keep him, but I don't know if we will, but he's very good as well.
He'll not be there next year, sorry mate, I don't think he will.
Nah, near the
Broom Hill,
I'm hopeful.
Broom Hill, he's funny.
Oh, you'd have him sitting for you, mate, wouldn't you? Big man was playing centre the other day as well.
You said you enjoyed that, mate, didn't you?
I enjoyed it, aye.
You done that a few times in the Champions League with Celtic, didn't you?
Aye, I did, aye.
I told him that's the best game I've ever seen him play, mate. It was away to Belgium, Scotland, or maybe at home at Belgium.
Home to
Sat
Belgium.
in front of the back four. Best game I've ever
You need
seen
to be
him
a player to be in there, I know, didn't you?
You've had a good season, haven't you, yourself?
Aye.
Do you feel as if you've still got
I
couple of years at least?
Andy, I feel good. The only thing I have felt is it takes me longer to recover. So see 3 game weeks, I'm having to go right to Saturday, I'm having to start ice baths, everything, eat properly straight away to get ready, try to get ready for the Tuesday, and I'm still,
But
so that's hard, but week to week still feel good.
So when do you feel your weakest match day -2? Is that when you're really feeling it?
No, but I'm enjoying it, I'm loving it. I don't want to look back and go, fuck, I just kept playing. Because once you stop, you can't then, you know what I mean, you can't then go back.
Realistically, Charlie, how long do you think you've got left in the game? 2 years?
6 months.
Slaney, I don't know.
Don't want to think
I
about
don't
that, you know.
I just hope that when it is, I realise myself and go,
See with the Yankee club. Oh, sorry, man, you go.
David Weir told me, it's now when David Weir left Rangers, obviously retired.
He told you he wiped his arse properly, and that was
Wiped his ass through his gooch. But he said he'd just signed a new 1-year contract. So he'd just signed another year because he'd played 50 odd games the year before. They played 1 pre-season game at Murray Park. Somebody like took a touch, ran by him, went up, says, nah, I'm done.
Did he?
So he still had a year left. He just so it's like, he obviously thought, I can easily play another year, I just had 50 games.
aye.
Pre-season, one pre-season game, was like, nah, I can't keep
Wow.
going. Chucked it.
Wow. See,
You just know.
see if you watch your boy Dawson for West Ham, goodness me.
Craig
He's playing
Dawson.
the Premier League. You see him yesterday? Wow. Watch it.
What, you think you think Craig
Boys
Dawson's
first
honest, eh?
You see him yesterday?
No.
And he's playing Man
Right.
City, wasn't he?
Miles off it.
Was he?
Oh, fuck it.
Dear me, harsh critic. He's finished 6th in the league this year on West Ham.
Nah, I didn't think so.
Is there any young boys at United who are a bit wet behind the ears? You got any doing in there? Yankee
Are there any stories in it, Dundee United?
I think for them.
Doesn't look like a story sort of dressing room.
Is it good banter in it?
Aye, they bought a great bunch of boys. There's a good bunch of boys. A lot of young boys, but nice boys.
I've seen you gel in the kit man's here.
Me and Andy.
What Dale McInnes on, he told the story about with the motor. You told that at your first interview.
I've told that 100 times.
Uh-huh.
Can't tell that again.
Was that a good dressing room? Was it Dale? Who did you say? Aaron
we had 5
Archibald?
managers that travelled. With 5 that travelled, 4 of them were gaffers.
Why do you think that was?
Why did they end up gaffers?
Was there a manager at United who kind of?
We had Craig Brewster at the time at United.
Right.
Nah, I don't know. I think he influenced that. I think it just so happened that they were into that side of the game. But no, it was a great car school to travel with. Brilliant they were.
I'm going to say right now, that's one of the best open goal interviews for a long time, that.
I've
Very
always
good.
liked Derek McInnes.
Yeah.
I think I played a couple of Scotland
Very
games with
good.
him. And I always thought he was a nice guy.
And with all due respect, it's
Amazing.
probably because it was so surprising. I didn't think he'd be as
Yeah. It's open.
open,
honest.
aye. But brilliant, really good.
Was he? Aye.
And somebody that played on, this gives you a lot of confidence as well. Somebody says the first time, remember he talked about that at St Johnstone, he just got given the job
Aye,
straight
aye.
away. Supposedly his first team talk, he was really nervous
Was it?
with the boys.
Just shows you.
I know, it just shows you, doesn't it?
You got your team talk planned already?
You've seen it,
Ah,
so
it's
he.
amazing.
I'll let him listen. I'll let him read it as well.
Excellent, innit?
Aye, he's good.
But you've wrote out your first team talk?
I know what I want to say, mate, to the whole group.
You've got
Aye.
to be, see,
Yeah.
I don't
I've not
understand
read
like
that,
that.
I think.
The five
right, okay,
values.
yeah.
I don't
That I need
understand
for
managers
players.
though, the managers that sort of, I mean, I felt a few this season as well doing interviews and it's almost they're trying to shield yourself and be this, just be yourself. I see Klopp and Pep all the time opening up and being who they are.
I agree, mate. I think it's the best thing. I think it's the best quality a manager can have.
Being yourself.
Aye.
When seeing it's that dictionary,
Rubbish, mate, and nobody getting
Textbook
away.
chat.
Nobody's going to do it to you. Know what I mean? Nobody's going to do it. Just be yourself and speak openly and have people to, you inspire people instead of shielding away and thinking maybe you're, I don't know.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
No, you're right.
Because that's what he said, didn't it? Because Andrew's obviously, we interviewed Ange, he said he prefers very much to be standoffish with his players. Dell saying he couldn't think anyone worse.
But that Anne's
It all
maybe
comes
just a
down to the
different
personality
character.
you are,
doesn't
mate,
it?
exactly.
Character. It does definitely comes down to your character because I know that from past experience working with some managers get paranoid and they want to be close to the players to know what's going on. I remember it, I think it was at Kilmarnock, the assistant manager would come in and sit in the dressing room wanting to hear the stories, to hear what the players are saying. And you're like, you might fuck off
That's
out
the
here.
worst.
And that's the worst. And I just think, if you be relaxed around everybody and nothing's hidden, I think you get more respect with the guys you're working
The
with.
old way used to be keep your distance with it. Martin Neal and all that never used to. It's changed now, innit? There's different ways to lead. I think you can
Definitely.
Wait to see this for an unbelievable host here, right? A massive
It's a few you're talking about.
Aye, a massive shout out to Queen's Park yesterday. I mean, an unbelievable achievement. But the manager that came in at the end, Owen Coyle,
Done great.
the former manager, won it.
Legend.
Was he?
Oh,
What it was he was he must have been close to boys.
funny guy, man. Really funny guy. Oh,
What sort of
man,
stuff
did
did he-
that start?
Coyle, I love that when he hits.
Have I told a few Coyle stories?
No, never.
I don't think so.
Never, they've never been in
Man,
here.
he used to join in training. He was good, but they crossed in finishing one day and he'd be whipping it in and he's like, and somebody missed, what? I'm breastfeeding you here. With a gaffer. I'm like, he is a
That's
legend, man.
sensational. See if you missed a shot, would you not blame Sandy Stewart's set or something?
So we used to do on a Friday for cakes. Last one in, got the cakes for the bus, right? So we'd chip it at Sandy's horn, he would lay you for a volley. But Old Coyle used to be like, I'll go first, I'll show you how it's done. So he'd chip it in, Sandy would throw it and he would volley it in most of the time, but if he ever missed, he'd be like, any chance, Sandy? And he can face it, we'll go again, he'd like chip it in, go again, date till he scored. What a guy, mate.
Well,
The best bit I used to do is, see if he scored and he started to walk in, like, come back, stay and heckle. Wanted you to stay heckle. Stay and heckle.
Brilliant. By the way, what a managerial career he's had.
It's
Coyle.
crazy, mate, innit?
I won the league in
Premier
India
League.
this year and then he's came back and done this with
You
Queen's
called
Park.
that result as well. I actually thought earlier, so
I thought Queen's
shows what
Park,
I know.
yeah.
Queen's Park finished 21 points behind the other day in the league, is that right?
Yep.
Oh, mate, I just felt it in my head quickly.
Trying the Queen's Park manager says to him before the game, finished 21 points behind there and nothing to lose.
Absolutely not.
Quick one about Coyle before we go. Before we stop talking about him. So a couple of months ago we had a night out. During the Scotland game actually, it was international weekend, we had a night out up in St Andrews. So Tony Watt's driving the bus on the way back. So I'll get Tony, he'll go on Coyle on the FaceTime. So I FaceTimed him. He's answered the phone, right? I'm like, hey, Gav, how are you doing? I says, you should still be playing for Scotland. He'd been like, Charlie, a half volley's a half volley. I'll let you go.
Is he a hero, Charlie?
Oh, my God.
He came up to
stories,
Peterhead, we played him, mate. 20 minutes, stood and spoke away, mate. Couldn't have met a nicer guy, man.
You'll need to get him on, Si.
He's been on.
Why has he been on?
He's been on,
That a long time
That was
ago?
right at the start.
Right at the
When
start
Coyle
then.
came on,
We were getting beat. We were in a relegation fight, right? Fucking absolutely it. Backs against the walls, 1-0 down away to Rotherham. And the ball went out the side and made a corner. And the boys went to Coyle, he grabbed it. And the boys said, like, he said just like, get it done, getting it gone. He rolled it, flipped it back, just down the corner, went like, zing.
1-0 down.
That's legend, what a hero, man.
It was brilliant for like, see, just pure enthusiasm and that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It was like, got the boys going and fucking everybody felt really relaxed. That's the most relaxed I've been with a gaffer.
Aye.
He's still known he's a gaffer, but
Yeah.
he's,
that's
he's a
a
good
good-
That's again
That's
him
it.
just being himself. He's not trying to be somebody. He's not.
But that's
And here
a
you
good
go. Here's
feeling.
my prediction for next Queen's Park will be in the playoffs, the championship.
Right, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
I'd agree with you
Big
because of
budgets,
budget.
aren't
I'm not going to agree
They'll go
with you
for it, man.
because of performance, because I watched one of their games through the week, the first leg, and it was a hard watch.
I know, but that pitch.
And I
yeah, it's so hard.
didn't blame pitches, Simon.
That
You ain't got a
practice
first
will
touch,
pick-
you ain't got a first touch.
It's a hard pitch.
Deal with the ball.
a half volley's a half volley.
Exactly, Charlie.
Right, our bro, the dream's over. Devastated. Fair play to Inverness though, mate, because Willie Collins was doing everything he could.
Wow.
Willie Collum, is that
Mate, that
supposed to-
second
The
red
red
card,
card
man.
is wild.
I actually don't think the first is a red card either.
Nah.
What was
I
the
think
first
Jack
thing?
Hamilton-
Oh no, I don't think so either.
It's almost a foul fade Jack Hamilton. And this actually like jumps into the boy before he gets dragged. But the second one, I don't know
almost
how
was
he's
saying.
Willie
They
Collum.
need to pick the performances up, don't they? The referees.
You think?
Aye.
And it's a tough job, but
That is
come
a
on,
tough-
certain things.
Wally had a good game against Celtic for Celtic Rangers in the old firm at Ibrox, I think it was. And he got a wee few plaudits for that. But that there the other night was fucking nothing short of embarrassing. Bobby Madden must have been fucking creaming himself in the bath. Because he thought, Wally's taking the pressure off of me.
What did you do to him during the day that made him so angry that night?
Oh, that, really?
Is he back to the swim bar? So we Johnny now?
that what it is?
What's going on there?
No, he's
I
not.
think something happened on that couch.
Aye.
That's why he was so angry.
Let me smell. He's been there. Willie's been there. Mate, Gayfield's the hardest stadium in the world to play in.
play.
Innit? The world, I think.
Is that
I
the,
agree
You
with-
can see the wind, mate. It's what, May?
I know.
was that the,
Wild.
do you think that's a lot? Do you think that was their one chance ever to get
Aye.
I did feel for him, man. Especially Bobby Lynn as well.
Mate, one of my grew up on what
Yeah,
a guy,
you
man.
did,
One of the best guys in the world.
He's one of the
He
best
grew
players in
up 10
Scotland.
minutes.
He came on and played well as well.
He did play well.
He
came
was
on
good,
and
wasn't
played well, he
he?
did.
One of the greatest
He
humans
was-
ever, mate.
He was one that
Love
was
him.
looking to try and get that ball in the box and attack, but nah, when they got to penalties, you just kind of knew being into 9 men, they were It's a shame, but like you say, Andy, see the wind. They were even shooting for like 40 yards out in that in the second half because he's
wild, isn't it? But you've got a great story about with Dodds. You go, yeah.
Billy Dodds. I don't know how to tell that on here. That was shocking when he done that, wasn't it? He's had that. I'm still with Billy Dodds. I'm not going to give too much away, but that's my team for next week already. Put down.
What team's that?
I think we should do it today, man. Will Charlie's on?
No, I've got to get to school.
Why don't we just get Charlie's team there then?
You happy with that?
Oh, I don't know where to start.
Let me see.
3-4-3.
Who's been good? Like, who's impressed?
Was asking that earlier.
It's embarrassing.
There's
I went for
Carter Vickers.
That's good, isn't it?
I can't believe he wasn't
In the
running.
So what would your 4 have been?
My 4 was Suter, Kingsley.
He's been great. Kingsley.
This is your short list for your 4?
Carter Vickers. Oh no, I thought you meant my back 4.
Oh, he was going to say. That's a fly.
My 4 would have been Carter Vickers.
Sheep.
No.
The Mad Martin, wasn't
I'll tell you in a minute.
Carter Vickers.
You know
Who was
what
the
I
4? Who ended up being the 4?
You know
McGregor.
Aye.
Gordon and
Charles Cook.
Aye, so I would have went Carter Vickers, McGregor, Roderick and Kyogo.
Fuck's sake. Chucked on Boyd in there, or not?
he winked at me a split second before you went.
Andy, what was yours?
I want to eat.
Gordon. Well, no Gordon, right, because I couldn't do
Aye.
Hearts, but so except for Hearts players,
Gordon Duncan.
Tavernier, Carter Vickers.
We fell back in it.
Who did that? Cal McGregor. Who was my other one? Tavernier, Carter Vickers, McGregor.
Cook.
No, I never done Cook.
Nah.
Cook had a great season, mate. You can't argue with the goals he scored, but I always thought he was quite quiet when we played against Ross County. I can't remember who my other one was. I actually can't remember.
We're going to do it anyway.
Next week.
On a later date.